So I think we'll just start there with Virgo, see what's going on for you for this month. There's been a lot of activity too in the sky with that total lunar eclipse that just happened on Sunday. Still feeling the effects of that. It's pretty intense, but it's bringing our unconscious stuff up from Aries and pushing us more towards Libra. So it's making us less self-absorbed, self-centered, and more focus on partnership, or that's what it's bringing up, is opportunity for that. So let's take a look here. Okay, great. It looks like everything's in frame. At the beginning of the month, Virgo, first of all, my first comment is that I see in your whole spread here, there's a lot of this yellow and there's a lot of this rust color. So yellow is optimism. Yellow is about, the gold times, the gold color. It's kind of interesting that it's here during the harvest times that all this yellow and rust and red is showing up. So yellow is optimism, golden times, golden light casting on things. And then this rusty red color, it's sort of like the evening sun. So things are evening out for you in October. There's some way in which, passions of the past are calming down. So first we open up with Seven of Wands, which is traditionally the struggle card, but I call this card success despite adversity. So Seven of Wands depicts a man who is carrying a staff and fighting off others below him or leading others. And so what this card represents is asserting yourself, standing up for what you believe to be true, being willing to fight for that. It can mean that you're struggling through things, that you're standing at odds with others, or, that you are kind of on the outs. But what it means is you're in a place of advantage. I always point out that he's standing on the top of the hill and fighting off others, perhaps leading them. So it's really about success, depending upon your conviction to fight off, or to fight for what you believe in. And the fact that opens up in reverse raises the question to me, is there a way in which you're not asserting yourself? Is there a way in which you could be standing up for what you believe in more strongly? Because that is what's depicted in Seven of Wands. And it also makes me wonder if maybe there's something that you're blocking, or that you're missing an opportunity to have your heart filled because of that. Or Ace of Cups is all about creativity, joy. It's the heart realm. So I call this card, My Cup Runneth Over. And this is a new beginning. It's an ace card. So there's something new that the universe is trying to hand to you to fill your heart. But because there may be a way in which, if through not standing up for what you believe in and not defending enough what you believe to be true, this could be blocked or suppressed because of that. So my question to you at the opening of October, Virgo, is there a way in which you are not standing up for what you believe in, not defending your truth, that may be hindering an opportunity for a new thing, a new love, a new passion that is wanting to come to you? The universe is trying to hand it to you. How is it that you could perhaps stand up for yourself more, persevere through adversity, and allow this cup to come to you? How is it that this thing that you're going to love, how can you allow that in and open up your experience to bring that in? This is Six of Cups, which is all about innocence and sentimentality and looking to the past, looking to more of a childlike, innocent time. So this is in the Cups realm too. So this is your heart being filled in sort of an innocent way. This is like the interaction between children. So how is it that you can perhaps stay within innocence, stay within childlike playfulness? This can also sometimes represent that someone from your past is going to be showing up, someone that you may have known for a long time or from childhood, or that you may be reflecting on the past, like back into older times, or when things were a little bit more simple, things were a little bit more childlike or naive or playful. That's all showing up in this card at the beginning of the month for you, Virgo. And then there's a way in which, too, King of Cups is showing up. He is the ideal partner card. He is the ideal father. King of Cups is master of his emotions. Cups, again, represent the heart. So he's master of the heart. When this card comes in reverse, it tells me that there may be an affliction with the emotions. There may be a way in which your emotions are out of whack, or there may be a way in which your interaction with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, is you're in conflict with them. And it may be in relation to your children. So if you have children and there's someone who's in an authority position in regards to them, like a school principal or a teacher or, someone who takes care of them, there may be a way in which there are some struggles there, or that this person is not showing up as you had thought that they would, like the ideal father or the ideal partner. If they're in reverse, there may be a way in which they're not embodying the archetype of King of Cups, which is the person who makes fair decisions regarding the heart, and he's always compassionate and kind and considers other people's feelings when making his decisions. So that's the opening part of the month for you. It's a lot of Cups energy. There's a little bit of struggle here, but it's a lot about the heart. And it looks like it may involve children, or in some ways, sweetness and innocence, perhaps thinking back to the past. So there may be a way in which, too, this King of Cups person is looking back to the past and looking at, the innocent times, and how can we make a renewal of the heart, too. That can be Ace of Cups energy as well. Or newfound passion. In the middle of the month, you have Hierophant, you have Nine of Wands, then Temperance, and then Eight of Coins. So Hierophant is all about the society, and he's about doing things in a traditional way, things that are tried and true. He has these secrets that he can unlock at his feet that have to do with spiritual truths. So what's funny is that I see him here in reverse, and I see him pointing with his staff and his hand towards the Six of Wands card, which is success and victory. So what this is telling me is that if you try to do things in the tried and true, stable, traditional, conventional way, you may not meet with success on that. It's also in line with struggle. So there's something that's telling me, Virgo, that you're trying to do something, especially in the middle of the month, that is conventional. You're trying to follow the rules, follow convention, follow social mores. He's concerned with what other people do and think. You may need to do something that is think out of the box, because with these three in alignment, there may be a theme happening of you're going through a struggle. Here with Seven of Wands, it's always trying to do things in the same tried and true traditional way. Things always go this way. And then Six of Wands, success and victory, falls off his horse, and it becomes lack of success. So my invitation to you, Virgo, is especially towards the middle of the month, think about how you can maybe think outside of the box and do things differently. Because always trying to follow the mores and the thoughts and the times and conventionality may not be working for you this month. You may need to do something different. There's a feeling of Nine of Wands is someone who's a survivor, someone who always comes out even though he keeps getting knocked down. He can be a little bit paranoid. He can be, he's defending his territory. He has been knocked down, and therefore he has some wounds from battle, but he's willing to stay the course. And I call this Cool Hand Luke, because he always gets knocked down but gets back up. So it's like it's also like the Buddhist quote, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. That's a lot of the feeling of this card. So see all this Wands energy here, this fire surrounding this Hierophant. Even though you may be continually getting knocked down, you're going to be getting back up, is what Nine of Wands tell me. You're going to survive through this, and you will arrive at a place of peace in this. Temperance is a card of balance. It's a card of peace. Temperance is all about finding the middle path, finding the place where everything is calm and serene. And you may actually find a lot of that through just focusing in your work. You may actually, this is 8 of Coins, which is success through work and diligence and effort over time. He's a artisan who's at his workbench and he's creating all this coins and money and he has it on display. So the fact that it's in reverse tells me that there may be a way in which you're feeling like you're having to just work away a lot at things, or that you're not collecting as much from work as you thought you were. But I'm seeing that in this line of things, it's standing next to peace. So there is a way in which you are a survivor. You may just bury your head into your work as a way of dealing with all of this fire energy, this survivor struggle. 6 of Wands in reverse. Try to think outside the box, and maybe you might find some calmness and some peace in just burying your head in your work for right now. Even if it's not satisfying to you right now, you're still working away at it, and it may be a way, you might have some time there to think about how is it that you can correct the situation or think outside of the box by just, thinking of something else while you're at work. It could also be that there's a dissatisfaction in the way this King of Cups is showing up for work and earning money, because those two are in line, but there is a focus on this lover's relationship, this intimacy. So in the middle of the month, I'm going to recommend, Virgo, that you think outside the box. Think of ways that you can do things in, maybe not the most conventional way. If there's a different way of doing things, try to pursue that. You'll come out as a survivor. You might even find peace through it. And then you can just, you Virgos know how to put your head down and just work it out. This says that even though there may be some failures, or the 6 of Wands success card falls off his horse towards the end of the month, that could be related to, you may have some difficulties at work. This is challenges at work or failures in having to do with your day-to-day work life, but don't worry about that. You're still going to come out with some money in your pocket. You may be worried and concerned about money and finances. This is 4 of Coins, someone who's trying to hold on to their finances, keep everything in the status quo. He holds on to money out of fear, but really, 4 of Coins has enough. He's surrounded by money. He has plenty. He's just not willing to let go of it. He's afraid to lose anything, and therefore nothing more can come to him. So what this tells me, Virgo, is it really is pointing to me to not worry about always doing things in the tried and true and regular way. Even Emperor here, who is all about rules and regulation and order and the way things should be done, he's even in reverse. And it's saying to me, there's maybe a new way to approach things that is going to create a little bit more ease for you with this Temperance card. You don't always have to struggle through things and defend your territory and be holding on to all of your money. Even if there are trials and tribulations at work, try to think outside the box. Try to trust a little bit more. And this 4 of Coins, both of these are 4s. Both of these relate to your foundations and your stability, which is really a big Virgo word. You guys really like to be grounded. You like to have that stable income, stable job, do things according to logic, and you guys are great analysts, great like art critics or food critics. You see the details and things, but the low side of Virgo sometimes can be a little bit of worry. So I'm going to tell you that instead of channeling towards 4 of Coins worry about money, I'm going to invite you to consider, how can I do things differently? How can I be creative? How can I maybe do things in an unconventional way? And that may bring you some peace, Virgo. And then towards the end of the month, you have a nice focus on relationship and developing intimacy. This is a beautiful card of finding balance. It's about balancing the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. You can just see that it's a wonderful enclosed place of both peace and passion and intimacy. So Lovers is a beautiful card to end the month on. You might even want to consider a Halloween costume that has something to do with lovers if you're in partnership, or if you're looking to be in partnership. It's a wonderful featured time for you. And authority figures are looking at that. They're saying, this person is in partnership. Maybe they are breaking the rules, but it's allowing this Lover's card to flourish. So however that can work for you, Virgo, there's a wonderful time at the beginning of the month of focus on heart matters. Don't worry if you're having to struggle around things. It's only through your absolute adherence to conventional ways that's creating difficulty for you. See if you can loosen that up, and you may come to some balance and some peace in the middle of the month. I'm going to encourage you to let go of feeling like you need to hold on to every single piece of money that you have, or material asset. See if you can work with this card. This card can sometimes be a card of fear, and you actually have enough. So even if there may be difficulties at work, see how you can breathe into the rules and the structures that are there, because Emperor in reverse says that, there may be times where the rebel can flourish here. And it's going to allow for some passion, for a relationship to develop. Let some fire in. You've got this wonderful sunset energy for October. So enjoy that. Feel comfortable in that, and feel allow yourself to question the traditional, tried and true ways of things. That's where you're going to find peace. That's where you're going to find this beautiful passion and partnership energy, especially towards the end of the month.